So now we're going to start creating the walls, right? So just right click anywhere on the space, have your mouse over 3D object and then select the cube, and then I will rename this one to be the left wall. Then as you can see in the center we have this little square right there. You can also see it right here on the scene view. Yeah. So I would like to change the scale along the Y to be something like 26. So you can see it has updated the scale. Also I would like to change the position on the x-axis to be negative 26. I will also like to change the position on the y to be negative 2. So now we have the left wall. Now to create the right wall, just click on this wall, Control D, you duplicate the wall, and then you can rename it this one to be the right wall. Okay, now I will love to change the position to be to the right, so I'll make it 26, right? Okay, now you can see I have the left wall and I have the right wall. To create the top wall, just right click again and then have your mouse over 3D object and then select the cube. This is going to be the top wall. Select the top wall and then let's change the scale along the x-axis to be something like 53. Okay, and then change the position along y to be 13. Alright, let me change the scale again on the y-axis to be something like 4. Alright, now you can see I have the top wall, I have the left wall, the right wall. So now let's organize our project. So click on the environment, right click and then create an empty, name it walls. Okay, we can click this one, shift select, click the one on the top to select all the walls and then drag them inside this empty game object which we named 8 walls. So now our project is kind organized and then we have our walls. Let's test our game. Yes, now if you we enter the play mode. Okay, let me redo again. Okay, let me do this. So when you press the play, you can see now my ball is colliding with the walls. Thanks. So now I'm going to design our game state. So I have downloaded this software named raw.io. So okay, so if you have downloaded this software and then you have installed it, so when you open it, you will see this interface right here. So just click create a new diagram. I will name it breaker state. I'm going to use this document to design the state of my game that I will be expecting. So okay, let's start with the first one. The first thing when you open your game, you want to see the menu, right? So I will say that is the state. I want to see the menu when I open my game. So this is going to be my first state, the menu. The next thing is that when before we play the game, I would like to initialize some data like score or coins if they will be on our game. So just duplicate that state and then I'll drag it there in the bottom. So this one is going to be, I'll call it initialize, right? I will be initializing my data. So this is going to be the state inside my game. I will duplicate this one again. Okay, when I start, I have the menu, I initialize the data, then I would like to load the level. So this one is going to be the load the level. I would like to load the level right here. Then okay, first of all, you open the game, you encounter the menu, you play, maybe you press the play, we initialize the data like the score. You can start with 1000. We must start with 0 score for each level, right? And then maybe then we load the level, right? So okay, I will duplicate this one. What's next? Now we will be playing our game, right? Now this is going to be playing state, right? That here we play, and then I need to check this state for each and every frame so that I can know when the user is still alive, right? So I will be checking this state every frame. So yeah, okay, anyway, so what do you expect when you playing the game? It's either you have finished the level. When you finish the level, maybe you've won or maybe you've lost, or sometimes you may need to pause the game, right, to take a break. So I will create another 3 states after this one. While you're playing, you may encounter 3 states, right? I will call this one, let me do this, okay. I'll duplicate this one. It's either you've won, right? So when, okay, let me put it that way. When you've won, that is the victory. You have won. Or while you're playing, you may lose, right? So I will create another state there. Let's say maybe you have lost right here, right? So this one I'll call it defeat. That is a state, right? The other state that you may face is when maybe you want to pause the game to take a break. So I will call this one maybe I'll call this one pause state, right? Call this one pause. Yes. So I think that's okay. The other state that we may encounter is when there are no more levels, right? You finish the game. So I'll call it, let me create the last one. So the last state, I will call it something like okay, I'll call it maybe a game complete state. This is going to be the game complete state. This is the state, right? So we have about 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 states. We have about 8 states. So now let's talk about relationships, right? So I'm moving from one at the beginning, right? You move from the menu state. When you open a game, you see the menu, and then you press the play. Then when you press the play, we need to initialize our datas. Probably you will be reading from the database, right? We move from this state to this one. Probably you load. That's why you load the data. You're loading the data. You load the data. Maybe you load the data from database. That is the possibility here. So then you initialize your values there. It is straightforward, I guess. You initialize the value for each level. Start from 0. You can start with the coins of maybe million on each and every level. So yeah. Again, here we initialize the data. We're just initializing the data, and then we load the level, right? We load the level based on the data we have, right? So now when you load the level, you play the game, and then there are 3 possibilities when you play the game. It's either you have won, right? The other possibility is when it's either you have let's do that. Okay, let me either you have defeated, and then the other one is either you have paused your game, right? Now if you now there are possibilities also here. What we can do, we can create some sort of button when you win to load another level if you have won, right? Or we can go back to the the main menu, right? We can have 2 buttons right here. The other button is for maybe let's say, let me do this. You want to load the next level, right? You are loading the next level right here, right? You are loading the next level, right? Change the color. So, or maybe you are just returning to the main menu. You're quitting, maybe I can see that. You're just returning to the main menu right there, right? That is the state. Now the other possibility is that maybe there are no more levels, right? If there are no more levels, cause this state will just go to this one, maybe you click next, and then it load the next level, right? Then let's say maybe there are no more levels, right? If there are no more levels, you just want to go to this state right here, I call it going complete state. So here your game is complete. Okay, I can maybe do this so that you can see clearly. So here we have no more levels, right? So the game is complete. When you are defeated, is either you want to quit or you want to retry, right? you can just go back to the state again. You retry, right? Here you retry, or you can just maybe you can just quit. When you quit, you will go back to the. We are going back to our main. Okay, yeah, okay. Let me just try to. Okay, let me just do this right. So if you quit, you want to go back to the main. Nice. That's the possibility. That's the possibility. That's the possibility. So okay, let me save my. Okay, I'll just save it right. So okay, that's the state, right? What about when you post? When you post it, you can decide whether you want to retry again, right? Maybe you are noticing that no man, I'm not doing good in this level. Then you want to retry, or maybe you want to quit, right? You want to quit. That's a possibility. Or maybe you want to just want to resume. You want to resume your game, right? So that's a possibility of the state that we can get when we play this game. So when the game is complete, then whether we can return back to the menu, or you can just exit the game, right? Because there are now more levels to play, so you can just go back here to our main method. So these are the possibilities that we can have, right? So with that all in mind, so I think we have successfully I don't know, maybe I'm missing something, but I think that will be sufficient to create the state machine of our game. So yeah, so now we will be creating the game manager. I will be controlling the state of all my games, and maybe later I will modify our state on this diagram so that we stay in track. So thank you.